Welcoming Association is the only organization that exclusively works for new Scots in Edinburgh, i.e. asylum seekers, refugees and migrant people. The organization was established in January 2000, and since then the organization has been supporting 3,365 new Scots who come from 85 different nationalities. Most of our work is influenced by what is happening elsewhere. Global politics affects our work, and we are a small local organization, but we respond to the needs of many traumatized and marginalized newcomers. As you can appreciate, people that leave their home because of war, because of conflict, and in most cases, conflict that has been orchestrated by other people for their own interests or other countries. So when they live here, there is a lot of traumatic experience that comes with them. And when they reach this country, not all of them come by plane or in a smooth ways. There are different ways, legal, illegal, what have you, because to save their lives. So that experience, and when they come to a new country or a new city like Edinburgh, that is again additional, that exacerbates the trauma because of the lack of language, lack of knowing where to access services, even after they reach organizations like ourselves and other specific thematically expert organizations like Women's Aid and what have you, until they get there, and after they go there also, it takes time for them to settle. And I think the service that we provide also, we are not a mental health expert organization. We refer them to other organizations. So, but one of the things that we learn is traumatized people need a holistic approach and a lot of support. And so, it's not only about language, it's about their well-being. It's not about their well-being, about encouraging them to come to the ESOL classes. If they cannot come until they are able to come, providing them online. And it's sort of following up also how they are doing and organizing befriending services for them. So the process of one person when they come, it's not something that here he comes and wash and go. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of support, a lot of resources. I can only speak for the Scottish government because I live in Scotland and I live in Edinburgh, and the organization caters for new Scots in Edinburgh. I think there needs to be a lesson of what has happened during the Ukrainian crisis, and the appreciation of the third sector actually carries the burden for the problems that has been created elsewhere by global politics. And the Scottish government needs to have a contingency plan for 2027, 2025, 20, whatever, what if something happens. And there needs to be, I don't know, what the international department or of the Scottish government does, but I think there needs to be an intelligence gathering what is happening globally. For example, at the moment, the crisis group have identified that there would be at least 10 countries or regions who will be in war, who will start war, or who will continue the existing war, who are at war at the moment. What is our government doing in terms of preparation for that? So this is not going to be left to the Robertson Trust or to the lottery or to the third sector. At the end of the day, it is, the New Scots issue is not a political party issue. it is a human rights issue, and it belongs, or all political parties need to work, all religious leaders need to work, all educational establishments need to do something about it. The media needs to play its positive role, not negative, not alarming and what have you, negative, and to be used in adverse sort of propaganda. And this is what needs to happen, I think, and we collectively, we need to respond and to work together and to listen and to understand each other. At the moment, some funders, they ask as part of their application process how the organization is managed and how many people with lived experience work in the organization and how many of the board of directors have lived experience. And I think this is a very good question and I support it, I agree. But it needs to be also an appreciation for some organizations like ourselves who work with new Scots, newly arrived, traumatized people, to achieve that in a short term. It is proving difficult, and I think what we have done, what we are trying to do here is we have established what is called New Scots Advisory Group. So we have identified about 12 people from representing different nationalities within our service users. And the idea is to work with them for the whole year and to keep increasing the number, but equipping them with community development, through community development process about the responsibilities and roles and responsibilities of board of directors, because we don't want to just for the sake of it to set them to fail. People need to understand what the charity law means, what board of director means, what are the responsibilities associated to that. So what we have is we are going to ask them. We started it in April, so our board meets quarterly. So we are going to take 2 of them to participate the first board meeting and to talk about what we have been doing. And they are going to talk also about their community's specific problem if there is something we don't understand. Then gradually after the end of year 1, maybe 2 or 1 of them will join the board. And within the coming 3 to 4 years, we will achieve 50% with people with lived experience and 50% of other professional Scottish people or British people, what have you. So this is this is very important, I think, for me also to highlight that it is easy to have 10 or 9 new Scots who don't understand the system and call them board, and they have different ethnic minority on your website or what have you. But that leaves the chief executive to manage the board, and the board is the employers of the chief executive, whether we like it or not. And what I would do is, in the long run, is to make sure the level of knowledge of the experienced people and the experience of the new Scots comes parallel.